Bad weekend for the CEO of NASCAR. Brian France was arrested over the weekend for DUI, and cops say he was also in criminal possession of oxycodone. Here's the deal. Brian France is one of the most powerful men in professional sports. His family's grandfather started NASCAR back in the 1940s, and the family's basically owned the company ever since. Now he is the current chairman and CEO of the company. He was, imagine this, the most powerful, one of the wealthiest men in all of professional sports in the world, spent the night in a jail cell in Sag Harbor, New York. But this is a PR nightmare for him, for NASCAR. The good thing is he can afford good lawyers.
Brian France, what the fuck are you doing to NASCAR? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? What? What are you doing? Hello, knock, knock, knock. Brian France, can you fucking explain to me how is this supposed to make NASCAR more competitive? Can you fucking tell me how stopping competition is supposed to make racing more competitive? Do you have any fucking idea what you're doing? Have you been paying attention? Did you watch any of the races last year? Did you actually watch any of the races that happened last year? Because if you did, you'd probably realize that this shit... I don't know. I literally think Brian France is a complete fucking moron. There's no two ways about it. Even someone as stupid as Brian France can't be this stupid.
Slight cosmetic damage to your car. You dodged a huge bullet. Describe so far this early session.
Mayhem. There's no other word to describe it. It's idiotic to be out here doing this anyway. There's no sense in being able to trying to put on some cute show for whatever the hell this is. Then you got a guy out there in desperation doing this crap like this. I mean, it's just there's no reason to be out here. These guys have spent 6 months working on these cars, busting their ass on these cars to go out there and have some guy out of desperation do that crap. But it ain't his fault. It's not. It's NASCAR's fault for putting us out here in the middle of this crap for nothing.
I wouldn't say it's frustrating. I mean, the frustrating part is just dealing with this whole system, which makes no sense whatsoever. So it's hard to stand behind NASCAR when everybody I talk to up and down pit road doesn't understand why we're doing this. So it's maybe I need to be sat down and educated a little bit, but
and we got to find a better system. I mean, so much hard work goes into these cars, and then you have this roulette wheel for qualifying. It doesn't seem like it's the proper system, but hey, it is what it is, and we could be here smiling, getting belted up, going back out for the second round. But just want to thank all my guys for all their hard work, and Haas Automation, Chevrolet, Monster Energy, State Water Heaters, all of our sponsors. We should just take the cars as we build them in the off season, unload, pass tech, and then go qualify one car at a time, 4-lap average. That would really give a sense of pride to putting effort towards building a car to qualify for the Daytona 500 instead of just shaking up bingo balls.
But what the fuck are you doing? Putting in a caution clock! What? What? What is this? What are you doing? Why? There is no reason for this! How can you have competition if you specifically stop the cars from moving? How can you have competition?
I thought that Joey Logano made a very smart decision in what he did, because not only trying to win the race, which he said he wanted to do, and obviously he did, but the idea to late in that race to have an opportunity to put one of the top teams on the outside looking in to the next round, and Matt Kenseth has run so well. That's a smart thing to do. You got to give that team a lot of credit for thinking ahead.
Kenseth cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenseth takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars.
I weigh in about the France family looking to sell NASCAR. That's been talked about, rumored for years and years. Basically, Brian France destroyed what his grandfather and his father built. The value of that sport has diminished significantly because they just don't care about racing. They don't care about the fans.
How did they just...
Again, it's not caring about the fans. It's not caring about the teams. It's not caring about the drivers.
The fans want to burn rubber.
Change the cars and you change the sport and the rules year in, year out.
Yeah.
And how about going to some races, Brian France?
Huh.
Appalling management of a sport that was once great and is no more.
Well, we'll see. You're going to fine him?
No, we're not, because that's the beauty of NASCAR. We do allow the drivers to express themselves in that way, even if they say things that we would disagree with.
Denny Hamlin was fined $25,000 by NASCAR for comments he made after Phoenix. And unfortunately, this is the story of the 2013 season.
I'm not going to try to be the pessimist, but it wasn't as good as I would hope. But there's a lot of room for improvement for this car. It's going to be tough. It's going to take a little while for us to get these cars driving as good as what we had the Generation 5.
Wow. You know, he brings up a valid point. There wasn't a lead change under green in the last quarter of the race. Let's stop there, though. This isn't about the racing. It's about NASCAR trying to censor what these drivers are saying. Denny Hamlin gave his opinion. His opinion. Hey, he didn't threaten anyone or say the car was junk. He just said it was a work in progress. And for that, got fined? NASCAR, isn't that what you've been saying this entire time? That it's a work in progress? So, what's wrong with Denny saying that? It's his opinion. Hey, take a listen here to just a few of the opinions we've heard over the years.
Because Goodyear can't build a tire that's worth the crap, so if I were Goodyear, I'd be really embarrassed about this weekend and what they brought us here.
I'm still not a very big fan of these things. I can't stand to drive them. They suck.
Honestly, I think if we haven't crashed at least 50% of the field by the end of the race, we need to extend the race till we at least crash 50% of the cars. I think we ought to make it a figure 8. I mean, I think if we could make it a figure 8, it'd be perfect. It would absolutely be perfect here. It'd be better than what we got.
That is intense stuff. But it's what made our sport. But do you know the difference between Denny's comment and those? It's that none of them got fined at all. NASCAR, are you kidding me? How can you tell me Denny Hamlin said anything worse than those guys?
Well, Brian France is a huge name, and it's a name that lends a lot of credibility to this group that wants to buy the Panthers, keep them in Charlotte, and keep them in a new domed stadium.
They like the drama down the stretch.
Brian France and the France family built the NASCAR Dynasty. However, 3 sources, all in positions to know, confirmed to NBC Charlotte that France was part of the group and would be the majority owner if the deal goes through. We agreed not to name those sources because they were not authorized to speak publicly. NASCAR attendance and TV ratings have been declining. It's not known if that played a part in France's interest to acquire the Panthers or if he planned to sell his stake in NASCAR to finance the deal.
The idea that we weren't going to change anything.
Bullshit!
But what the fuck are you doing?